guys, it's Crystal. So today I wanted to do a quick review on my absolute all-time brand new favorite facial brush for foundation. The brush that I'm talking about is the Decay Good Karma brush, and it is the optical blurring brush. This is the case that it comes in when you purchase it, and this is the brush itself. I used it in my bridal and engagement photo tutorial, as well as for my actual engagement photos. It is amazing. So before I get into the actual review, I'm going to read a little bit about it from the Urban Decay website, and then I'm going to tell you my opinions. So this brush retails for $24. And as many of you know, Urban Decay has free returns, like totally hassle-free returns. They have really good deals on shipping all the time. All of this information can be found at urbandecay.com. Click on Shop, click on Tools, and then click on the upper left-hand corner on the Good Karma Optical Blurring Brush. Now, it says, flawlessly applies, buffs, and blurs your liquid cream or powder foundation, and like all of our brushes, it's totally vegan. And of course that means that these are synthetic bristles. They do an amazing job with synthetic bristles. You can do a much, I think, more detailed and finer job with creams and with mousses and liquids. We created this brush specifically for our naked skin weightless ultra definition liquid makeup, but it works beautifully with any liquid cream or powder foundations. It's that good. The densely packed hairs pick up and distribute makeup evenly, while its dome top and round shape make it effortless to maneuver around the face. The optical blurring comes in when you apply, buff, and blur your makeup to a totally flawless finish. What I love about this brush, the actual handle itself is pretty small. I mean, really, it's about 4 inches for the handle. The ferrule is quite thick. That's about 2 inches, 2 1/4. And it's thick all the way around. And where the magic really comes into play is that hair bundle. Now, from a head-on look, and it is dirty because I did use this for makeup, it's extremely densely packed. And I do have clean hands right now. It is extremely densely packed. I mean, bristle after bristle keep coming up. And it is completely dome shaped. I like that because it really helps you get into places, and because our face isn't just a flat playing field, it really helps you get around, like on your chin, in the divot of your chin, around your nose, just all the way everywhere. Another thing, when you take your brush out of its packaging, and I really love its cylindrical packaging, I think that's really cute. When you take your brush out, you're going to notice that the bristles are extremely soft. However, there is a little bit of tautness to them. So it's not so soft that it's really only good for this type of makeup or that type of makeup. They're soft to the touch, yet, like I said, the tautness comes in where the hair bundle actually meets that ferrule. And that is really important because you get that really nice, distinctive kind of backbone of the blending, and then you also get that soft focus finish at the actual end of your blend. Here I have 2 different brushes. I just grabbed the SE version of this, but just the hair bundle is what I'm talking about. The MAC 187, so whether you have the full version or an SE version, the hair bundle is the exact same. So the MAC 187, for those of you who have that, you know it's extremely soft duo fiber. And then the Samantha Chapman from Pixie Woo, her stippling brush. It's a wonderful, wonderful stippling brush, yet it's extremely dense and it's extremely rigid in the sense that it really pushes that and blurs that makeup in. It's nice for stippling because it's duo fiber as well, but I find that the MAC 187 truly stipples, whereas the Samantha Chapman really buffs. This brush really replaces these two. You don't need these two if you get this brush or if you have this brush. Of course, it's great to have all different types of facial blending brushes because we use different makeups. We use mousses, we use creams, we use powders, we use liquids. Whatever your preference may be, it's nice to have that choice and that option. This brush, though, I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and it's the only brush I've used in that time. I find that it gets the job done better than the 187, better than the Samantha Chapman alone. It really does blur imperfections. Something else that I like about the ergonomic design is that it has a shorter handle. It's not that I don't like long-handled brushes, it's just that when you're doing your makeup quite often or you're in a rush, you tend to get your own preference. If you're working on your own face, it can be very different than if you're working on somebody else's face. So I tend to like shorter handle brushes for both. Whether I'm doing a friend's makeup, whether I'm doing my own makeup, I find that shorter handles give me more control. So I'm going to demonstrate with just a little bit of makeup and show you how this buffs in really nicely. So I'm going to use two different products, a drugstore product and a very high-end product. I'm going to wash the brush in between, of course, and I'm just going to show you that it really does work well for any type of makeup you're using. So the first one I'm going to use is Chanel, and the second one is going to be the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, which, yes, a lot of you asked me to do a review on this, so that's what I have on now, so I am trying this out. So first, let's go with the Lumi. And right when you get to your jawline, you can feel just how nice and how easily it really buffs and blends over. Now I'm back and I've cleaned off the brush a little bit with a makeup wipe, and we're going to go with the Chanel. Okay? Just going to put that there. And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and use this with a powder and show you how it does with a powder. And for the powder, I'm going to use Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and that's a foundation. So I'm just going to dip that in there, and I'm going to get that on my nose. So I did this entire region, forehead all the way down nose, all the way down to chin. Really, really a nice blend out, really a wonderful blurring mechanism. You get that airbrushed feel with this brush. You also get that completely blurred out feel with this brush. It's soft enough to where you get a wonderful dreamlike blend, yet it's also, like I said, taut enough so that you get it buffed in, so that your powders don't look cakey, so that your liquids or mousses aren't just sitting on top of you, but rather blending in beautifully with your primer, with your skin. So one last thing, cleaning of the brush. Now this is the only kind of indiscrepancy that I do have with the brush. While the cleaning of the brush is very simple, you can use any type of makeup brush cleanser. I like to use baby soap or a certain organic shampoo that I have, and it works beautifully in all of my brushes. The cleaning is wonderful. It is so dense though that you really have to make sure you're spreading the hair bundle, you're spreading the bristles to get in there. You don't want foundation stuck in there because it's going to build up bacteria, it's going to layer upon layer. So you really want to make sure that you get down in there. That's not really working against the brush. The kind of issue that I had with it was when you dry it, it can go ahead and lose its shape really easily. Even if I go like that, the shape does kind of get lost. So you definitely want to make sure that the shape stays as is, because if it dries and it's smushed, you're not going to get that same effect. You're just not. You want to start off each blending application with a nice rounded tip and have it go smoothly. No bristles have fallen out during cleaning. That's a really good plus point. But like I said, the only indiscrepancy that I do have is when it dries. It does not dry all at once, I guess you could say. You know, I'm used to having hair bundles that dry pretty evenly. I have a couple of kabuki brushes that I actually have to do certain techniques to get them dry evenly. This brush is a little bit of the same way. So that is the one downfall of this brush, is the cleaning of it is a little bit of a process. Otherwise, that in no way could ever trump how much I love this brush. This brush is the most amazing brush in the cosmetic industry right now. The Optical Blurring Brush, Good Karma by Urban Decay. So thank you guys so much for watching. I absolutely love this brush. I hope that you do too. Please go to urbandecay.com, go pick one out, purchase one, tell me how you love it. If you already have it, let me know your thoughts. And a huge kudos to Urban Decay for making this brush. Thanks, guys.